We are now ready for one of our favorite aspects of the GeekWire Summit. It is Inventions we love. We did this last year, and we had a ball with it. It's 4 geeky hardware gadgets that get shown off here, and we get to quiz them and pick a winner. So,
actually, you get to pick a winner.
Yes, yes. So presenting this session is Best Buy, and I'd like to invite to the stage Leslie Grandy, Senior Director of Mobile Applications at Best Buy. You may know, since you all read GeekWire, that Best Buy is one of many companies that has set up an engineering and technology development center here in Seattle and is growing rapidly. So, Leslie, thanks for being here.
Thanks, John. Hey, everyone. As he mentioned, I'm Leslie Grandy, and I'm the senior leader at Best Buy Seattle Technology Development Center. And we're very excited to be here, sponsoring this session in particular because it represents the passion, creativity, and entrepreneurial spirit that is so core to the technology community in the Pacific Northwest. And it's that particular reason that Best Buy chose to open the Seattle Technology Development Center here. And in the few short months that we've been open, we've been able to assemble a remarkable team of talent from some of the Pacific Northwest's most iconic brands in consumer, mobile, and retail. And we're very excited about what that means for our future here in the Pacific Northwest. As some of you may know, Best Buy is a transformation success story, and our focus on Renew Blue is evident in our quarterly performance. As we move into the next phase of our transformation, we're focused on an initiative called Igniting the Possible. And as part of that core initiative, the Seattle Technology Development Center is focused on reinventing how consumers experience consumer electronics when they purchase, discover, and support them. It's our goal at the Seattle Technology Development Center to actually allow consumers to explore mobile technologies, whether they interact with us in a physical or digital world. So with that, I want to say thank you very much to GeekWire for allowing us this opportunity. We're very excited for the inventors that we support, and we really are thrilled to see how they are going to be igniting the possible. And as part of that sponsorship, we are happy to announce that the winners each day will receive from Best Buy not only a $100 Best Buy gift certificate, but a Sphero app-enabled Android robot.
Wow.
And so we're very excited to support the inventors in their mission to ignite the possible. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Thank you, Leslie.
Great stuff.
All right. Now for something really, really fun. Inventions We Love is a special session. We'll have one session today, one session tomorrow. We've spent countless hours and gone to the ends of the earth. And for this session, each inventor will have 3 minutes to pitch the audience and us on their project. We'll then spend a few minutes, John and I, quizzing them on their particular invention, what it's about, the problem it solves, and the future of that invention. And then we're going to turn it over to you in the audience to vote on your favorite. After hearing all of the presentations, we'll bring each of our 4 presenters back on stage and do an audience applause meter to see who is the top inventor today. And as Leslie said, the top vote getter will receive a special gift from Best Buy. Also, make sure to tweet your favorite pitches to GW Summit. So with that, let's jump right in.
Yeah, so let's start. Our first invention that we love is XC, the exercise machine. Please welcome Michelle Mell, founder of XC.
Great.
Thank you, Jonathan. I truly appreciate the opportunity to be here. Really
so
do.
Your 3 minutes are about to start.
All
Don't
right,
waste them
they're at-
complimenting
Go on,
us.
Michelle. Yeah, go on.
All right. So I have been working sedentary at a desk nearly half my life. I'm 42 years old. And by the time I would get home in mom and wife mode, the last thing that seemed possible was working out, let alone getting to the gym I was paying for. And then I turned 40 and realized I was speeding up my genetic pathway towards heart disease with a family history. And what I did is I talked to a lot of people, and I realized that I was not alone in this, and so many people have a struggle of fitting exercise in their life. There's just not enough time of the day. So I wanted to create a new experience, one that was extremely convenient, that made it hard not to do it. And so the XC team has come up with this. It is a lightweight, compact, portable, total body exercise system. And with that, we have a mobile coach that will serve up on-demand workouts, track your results, and help keep you inspired. So Jen here, my friend, is using XE in one of many ways in which it was designed, and that is to turn any chair into a recumbent exercise bike. She's sitting on what an invention that we've come up with to keep it stable. We call it the XE Keeper, and it keeps it stable at high levels of intensity, even if you want to put your cycle shoes on it and take it for a hard spin. Now, to keep this at 10 pounds so that we could take it anywhere, we had to come up with a way to do resistance, and we've done that, and it works in both forward and reverse. You can do it at a low spin. Let's say you're at the office and just want to get your body moving towards better health instead of being sedentary on a conference call. But then take it home for a serious calorie burn in the living room with your family, watching your favorite TV show, or while you're out and at a hotel on a business trip. So today, I'm gonna come over here today, the way that we measure exercise intensity is using a digital thermometer, and it measures how much effort you're giving. There's no faking this machine. And in the future, we have already on our roadmap to Bluetooth enable the device, all incorporated with our mobile coaching platform. So I got to show you guys this on the floor real quick, because it's not just the chair, but for an upper body workout, which I did while I broke my leg and was immobile for months, but also your core crazy workout. It's awesome. Basically, you can do anything that you want to do with it. Then stick it on the table for an awesome upper body workout that will absolutely match the calorie burn of a studio cycle class, but tone your arms. We're getting ready to launch our Kickstarter campaign on October 21st. We've been through manufacturing already. We're ready to go. Our first units are coming out in November. Visit the website at xe.com. That's an exercycling, xe.com, and we'd love to have you try it. Thank you.
That's great.
Awesome. Thanks, Michelle.
All right.
Thank you. So, I guess first, how much is it going to cost?
So the Kickstarter campaign kicks off the 21st, and our first units are going to come in at $599, and which incorporates about thousands of dollars worth of different exercise equipment. So we're pretty excited about that.
So this is obviously a very crowded space.
Yeah.
So how do you think that you'll be able to get this to stand out?
I think what we've discovered, while talking to a lot of people during this whole process, is that people just don't feel like they have a time and a place all the time. And our unique way is it literally is available to you at the exact time and place that you have available to work out, wherever you are. I took it on the plane with me the other day, stuck it in the overhead, did it at the airport, and had some very interesting conversations with people.
Todd's working on his biceps here.
Yeah.
Yes. Go, Todd, go.
So it's actually communicating with the phone here now via Bluetooth?
Right now, so we have a mobile coach right here. So I don't know if you guys can't see her, I can show you here.
Do you want to
so
bring the camera up?
See here.
You're not burning enough calories, Todd.
Okay.
This is one of our workouts. So everything is designed for people who just don't have time. And so it's a high intensity interval training. And right here it's telling you that you need to go faster, Todd.
Yes, obviously.
Right. And then slow it down. And so right here it's not connected to we have a way to connect this to the table just like we do the chair.
So it's sensing it through a hard
So
connection?
right now it's through, I use my Apple Watch right now in a lot of the training to monitor my heart rate, Fitbit heart rate monitor, or you'll get step credits for this, by the way. But right now we have a digital thermometer, which allows you here to tell you what temperature.
Okay.
So I've had it at 160, and that's going kind of pretty hard, but you can do it at a low intensity too.
No, so why wouldn't somebody just have a Fitbit and go exercise compared to using this system?
I wish, honestly, it was that easy, but research shows that 80% of us are failing right now at getting enough activity in our life on a weekly basis. And, do some jumping jacks, do whatever you want, but I will say the resistance capability of this to go as hard as you can and burst throughout the day, do it 20 minutes. I've lost 20 pounds in the last year doing this. 20 minutes a day, 5 to 6 days a week, usually at a higher level of intensity spin. So.
Okay. It's telling me still to push myself. Oh, there we go. Slow it down. All right. Well, Michelle Mill from XE, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Our
Michelle.
first invention
Thank
we
you.
love.
Thanks.
Next up, it's the Wiggle. This is a musical device for teaching kids how to code. Please welcome Vivek Mano, founder of Wiggle.
Thank you.
It's great
Thanks,
to be here.
Vivek. Come on up. I'm really excited to see this. I know we've written about this on GeekWire, but I want to see this in action.
This is going to be an interesting demo up here. Hopefully, you guys are okay with my musical notes. My name is Vivek Mano, and I'm the creator of Wiggle. Wiggle is a musically interactive educational robot. And once the robot's powered up, he sits here and listens for musical notes, whether it's from an instrument, from your voice, or from a stereo somewhere else. Now, based on each specific musical note that Wiggle hears, it moves in a specific direction. So think of it as remote control with your musical instrument being the remote. Today, I'm going to use my trusty recorder. So let's see how it works. So to move Wiggle forward, I'm going to play an A on the recorder. To move Wiggle backwards, I play a G. And then left and right are C and B. Now, if you guys notice, the longer I hold down the note, the longer Wiggle moves in that specific direction. So that lets Wiggle do a 360. So it's a fun toy to play around with for kids and to interact with the musical instrument, but Wiggle has also got some smarts built in. If you played a whole song correctly in sequence with the right notes, Wiggle does a special dance, which is why it's called Wiggle. It does a little Wiggle dance. Now, once you're ready to level up past that, we've actually programmed in something that we call coding mode, which is kind of the core of what I want to get into here. So I'm going to change modes. So now Wiggle's in coding mode. And what we're going to do is pre-program it to move to a specific spot. So if I were telling you we got to navigate a maze and get Wiggle to go out here, what we're going to do is it's a forward, it's got to turn right, and then it's got to go forward again. So 3 notes, 3 movements, and then we're going to hit a special note that's like the enter key in a program. And now the enter key. So what we're doing really is linking the basics of musical notes to coding, just like it's pseudocode. And that's what I'm after here with Wiggle. Thank you.
That's awesome. That's great.
Wow, thanks, Vivek. Very cool. Very cool.
So how did you come up with this? Because playing music to control and program a robot is not something that most people would just come up with out of the blue.
It was something I was interested in as a new, unique way that kids can interact with technology outside of a smartphone or a tablet or something else. And I think everybody gets one of these in 3rd or 4th grade, and so this would have been a fun way to engage them with technology.
Yeah, you could almost have Dwight Schrute as your spokesman, right?
Right, yes.
That's right. So this has taken an interesting twist. We've actually reported about Wiggle on GeekWire, and since then you've taken it in a different direction. So tell us about that.
I have, yeah. To talk just a little bit about that, my earliest adopters have been people in the maker community out there. And to be honest, taking a hardware product to production it's pretty expensive. And so through figuring out funding and stuff like that, I wanted to get my makers something in their hands immediately. And so I decided to actually open source the circuitry. So we're finalizing that right now. And we're actually going to sell Wiggle as a kit that you can build yourself.
Okay, good.
Cool. So talk about the circuitry. I mean, how
Yeah.
did you build that? What are the guts of the Wiggle?
Yeah, it's actually, it's pretty straightforward. There's a microphone on here. There's an Atmel microcontroller, which is the same platform that's used in Arduino. And then there's a motor driver to give it signals. The smarts is really in the microcontroller. We're running a way to convert the audio signal into digital signals in there.
Yeah. And is the goal here, what's the ultimate goal? Is it helping kids learn how to, learn music or coding or both? Why did you start Wiggle?
My ultimate goal was to find a unique way to get children interested into the guts of technology in a way that wasn't just learn math for 19 years so you can go become an engineer. That was me. I was lucky enough that I liked math, but there are many talented children out there that math might not be their thing, and that shouldn't be the only reason that they get into tech.
That's great.
Cool.
Good stuff.
All right.
Well, Vivek Mano, thank you very much for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thanks, Vivek.
So that's the Wiggle. Next up is the Pebblebe. This is a device that might just help you find your lost keys. Please welcome Daniel Dowrow, the founder, the co-founder of Pebblebe.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, John and Todd, for having me here.
Yeah,
great to
thanks
have
for
you
being
here.
here.
Well, let's see a show of hands of how many of you have a toddler or know of a toddler that loves to play hide and seek. Well, I think we can all agree that toddlers love to hide stuff, right? About 3 years ago, I had a toddler of my own. And of course, Nick, our co-founder, also had a toddler, and I had 3 kids, and we're scrounging for time all the time, right? And I'd be late for a meeting and bolting out the door, and I can't find my keys. Claire, where are my keys? To her, of course, it's just a game of hide and seek. And of course, also Nick had the same, struggle. He'd come over one day and he'd be like, last night it took me 2 hours to put my toddler to bed. All I wanted to do was sit on the couch, get lazy, watch TV. I couldn't find a remote control. So we looked at each other. We're both engineers, and we decided, let's look for a solution out there that could help us find our stuff. And we came up with the Pebblebe Honey. It's a little device that you can attach to keys, remote controls, bags, wallet, whatever it is you want to find out where it is. And it gives you a little range on your phone. Also has a large or a loud buzzer that you can tap and find where it is, up to 150 feet. Also has an LED so that you can find it in dark situations. My wife has several really big, large purses. And when she tells me, honey, can you go grab my keys? I'm like, oh my gosh, it used to be a struggle. Well, now it's easy. You just tap on the phone, it buzzes the device, you know which purse it is, you spark the LED inside because it's like packed with stuff, right? So the point is, we wanted to save people time, and we actually crowdfunded last year, and we validated the market. We raised over $500,000 on pre-orders. And after about 4 to 5 iterations of the product development, we learned a lot from our consumer because, we improved the product, but more so, we learned that the consumer wanted something to track their stuff, not just to find it. So we came up with the Pebblebe Stone, a little device right here that helps you track temperature, motion, also proximity and range without having an app running on your phone. So that's great, right? Because people can, complain because it was using too much energy on their phone. Well, now you could track stuff, and the device can talk to your phone without having an app running at all. So that was great, transformational. But furthermore, we took it a further step, and we added a shortcut button to actions on your phone. What that means is that imagine yourself running in the middle of the night and you feel like you're in an emergency. You want to send a discreet message to someone, like a friend or family, with your exact GPS location. Well, you could do that. You just hold down the button and it sends a message without even the app running in the background. So furthermore, so basically we are a product company that helps people save time. But not only that, we also want to improve user experience. So we came up with the Dragon. It's a wirelessly charging device that has enhanced 3D motion sensing and basically helps you interact through the use of hand gestures with your apps or tablets or PCs. You can play Minority Report, for example. Basically helps you interact with games. So you can play a boxing match or whatever you're looking for. Furthermore, for businesses, you can track motion on heavy equipment or basically for precise motion for maintenance. So basically overall, we're a consumer product company, but we're also expanding into the B2B market space. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, great.
Great, thanks, Daniel. Interesting stuff. So you guys are ex-Boeing engineers, right?
Yeah, we
so
are.
what's the voyage between a Boeing engineer and Pebblebe?
Well, I guess I worked there for 10 years. It's a great company to work for. It was very challenging. We worked on really cool stuff, wireless technology for sensors on board military aircraft. And it was great, it was a great learning experience, but, we decided, we wanted to come up with something different, Nick and I, and decided, let's go into the entrepreneurial spirit and start our own company, and it was great. It's a great experience.
So you did your Kickstarter,
right.
And you've obviously probably already delivered those to those
Yes.
folks?
Yes.
Yeah, and so if somebody wants to get the Pebblebe now, where do they get it and how much does it cost?
So the Pebblebe Honey is basically the item finder. They can get it at pebblebe.com. In fact, we just started a Kickstarter on the Stone about 3 days ago.
How much are you trying to raise?
10,000, but we've surpassed it already, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But it's essentially really to validate the market, to know if people really want this kind of a technology.
So explain the Stone to me again. I'm not sure I'm grasping that.
Sure,
What do you do with it exactly?
Yeah, what's the utility?
So you could put it in your kid's backpack, for example, and if you're at a fair and you want to know exactly where they are, and if they leave a certain range, you get an alert on your phone. It could vibrate or.
Todd, there was an incident with me earlier, or last week, which we talked about on the podcast. My car got stolen out of my Greenwood neighborhood. Could I have had a Pebblebe stone in there to track my car?
Well, it's different. The reason why it's only a $25 item is because it doesn't have GPS and it can last for about 6 months on a very small battery because it's not GPS and it's not cellular. So you're talking about a GPS-enabled device that's also cellular that has a monthly fee. So really, eventually, once we grow our market, yes, it could work.
So what's the range? So it sounds like it's a range issue then.
Well, yeah, it's about 150 feet
150
from your
feet.
phone. But if you do lose your
it.
items or your car and somebody else has the app installed on their phone and they're walking by and they detect the signal, you'll get a notification of where and what time it was found.
Okay, fantastic.
So it's crowd GPS is what we call it.
Okay,
Interesting.
good deal. Well, this is great. Well, thank you, Daniel, very
Thank you.
much.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
for your
showing
time.
us the Pebblebe.
Thank you.
All right, our fourth and final invention we love for today has probably the most unique name of maybe any company at the summit this year, You Kick Ass. These are super cool 3D printed action figures, and they're back here behind the couch. And we'd like to welcome to the stage Carrie Andrews. She is the co-founder of You Kick Ass.
Oh, no, not those two yet.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
I'm ruining her pitch. We'll give her extra.
Yeah, well, don't worry. The clock has not started.
That must be the next generation back there.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, she doesn't want those?
Bam.
Okay. Go ahead, Carrie.
Hi, I'm Carrie Andrews, also known as the superhero Transformagirl. My superpower is transmutation, which is the power to turn anything into something else. I use this power every day to turn people into superheroes. Our company is called You Kick Ass, and we make action figures to look like you. What you do is you go to our website, youkickass.com, upload a photo, pick out your superpower and superhero name, and then we will 3D print your head and put it on the superhero body that you choose. When we first came up with the concept for this company, all I really knew about 3D printing was that it's magic. Which turned out to not be entirely true, but it is a kind of technology that has gotten to a point where it is almost indistinguishable from magic. And in order to be able to make the magic come to life, one of our biggest challenges was that if you have to 3D print a person, you first have to capture a 3D representation of that person. And it's usually done through expensive scanning equipment. But what we found was that most people wanted to buy these as gifts for other people, and it kind of ruins the element of surprise if you have to take somebody to a physical location and get them 3D scanned. So we set to work in our secret laboratory to figure out how to bypass the 3D scanners and instead be able to 3D print somebody based on just a photo. And now here we are. And I have a couple that you might find familiar.
Oh, nice. That's what those are. Oh. It's a good thing we're not voting on this.
All right. Whoa.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Oh, my God.
Gosh. Wait till my son sees this. A You Kick Ass John and a You Kick Ass Todd.
Here, wait a second. I think this
Todd, I'm
needs
going to
to
kick your ass. Hey, don't break it.
Oh,
your head fell off.
look at your superpower, the power to pull somebody's head off.
Todd butt killed me.
Yes.
That could be useful. You throw the
Cheers,
head across
Todd.
the room.
Nice job.
They're better to be up on a
Todd, you
shelf
look
than to be
hilarious,
played
man.
with like that.
Oh, man, this is awesome.
This is great.
Good deal. So what was the breakthrough? Are you done? You're done with your pitch?
Yeah.
So what was the breakthrough that allowed you to get from having to actually 3D scan to be able to just use a picture?
Well, we had to build our own software is what we had to do because there was nothing out there on the market that did exactly what we needed, especially in a quick and scalable kind of a way. We actually have built in like facial feature recognition and have some morphing of the 3D mesh in order to get it to be more automated and do this.
So how much?
$79.99.
Okay.
Available on youkickass.com.
What kind of market share have you gotten? I mean, obviously, the's not a. You're the market.
the 3D printed,
100%. Tell us about the reception and the sales volume so far.
Well, it's been, our sales volume has gone, the traditional route of a new company. You launch on Shark Tank, yada, yada. And so yeah, we had a big boost when we first launched the product, and then it is kind of getting into more of a normal mode. But we found that our biggest target market is people who are within like 30 to 45 years old. Surprisingly, not kids. It's adults that overwhelmingly want these. So that was interesting.
And talk about, you did appear on Shark Tank, and
Yes.
Mark Cuban became the primary and I think sole investor after that appearance. What's it been like working with Mark Cuban, and how has he helped propel the business since that appearance?
Yeah, well, it's still new. I mean, we did film for Shark Tank a year ago, but just aired and just closed our deal with him more recently. And so far, we're just sending him updates, and he responds. And
Yeah. And you had a Microsoft background. Our
Yes.
previous presenter had a Boeing background. What's it like going from Microsoft to building 3D printed action figures?
very different. I've never actually been selling a physical product before. It was all kind of make-believe products, virtual stuff before this, advertising and software and websites, so it's different.
So what's the next chapter for You Kick Ass?
Well, we're focusing more on our software now. Because we've
This
already,
was one of the reasons. This is one of the things that Mark Cuban liked about
Absolutely.
you.
Actually,
was he
this
thought it
is-
wasn't just a gimmicky action figure. He thought there was real software behind the company.
Yeah, we've spent, every photo that we get of customers, we're also learning from that.
Right.
And learning how facial features are, and difference in ethnicities and all of that kind of stuff, and how to make our software better and better. And so now we've already got this to a point where we can automatically create a 3D model from somebody's head. So now we've rigged it for animation. We're doing further things. We see a lot of potential in video games, virtual reality, retail, a lot of things.
That's great.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's good.
That's great. All right. So
Thank you
that's
very much,
Carrie
Carrie
Andrews.
Andrews from You
Great.
Kick Ass.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So now, why don't we bring up all four of our inventors? So stay up here, Carrie. You can stay up here. And we are going to do an applause-meter. I think Todd has
I have an
installed a very special app. Carrie, why don't we put you right here, and we'll line up all four next to Carrie.
So you're
Come
going
on
to
up. You can bring your device if you'd like. And we're going to see who is the top inventor of the first day. And Leslie Grandy, why don't you come up from Best Buy as well? Leslie is going to present the prize, which is a very cool, the Wiggle robot could be a companion to this prize, right? Is it a Sphero robot? Yeah, we could have the Sphero and the Wiggle working together in some creative, interesting way. So we're going to do this very basic. Todd, are you
I'm ready. I'm ready.
You're ready. Okay. So let's start. I'll start down on this end. Let's start. Whoever votes, and we're just doing pure applause and loudness. So whoever votes for the Pebblebe and Daniel Dara. Pebblebe, right here, everybody. Pebblebe. Todd, is your phone working?
All right, it's working great. Yeah, that was
Okay.
a 40.
All right. Next up, the Wiggle. The Wiggle.
Do that one again. Do that one again. Do that again.
Next up, the Wiggle. Wait
Okay.
a minute. Did you not get it?
I got it. I got it.
He got it? Did
Yep.
you get the first one?
I got both.
He got both. Okay, don't worry, Vivek. We got both. And XC. Portable exercise equipment. And You Kick Ass.
Okay.
All right, Todd.
All right, the winner is You Kick Ass.
Whoa, excellent. Carrie Andrews of You Kick
Followed
Ass
very closely by the Wiggle, and everyone
takes
was very
home
close.
the first prize of Inventions We Love. We're going to do this again tomorrow with 4 other great inventors. And thank you, Carrie. Congrats. Our staff here will help you remove some of these cool figurines from our great staff at Proper Planning. We'll help move that off. And I love this Action John and Action Chad. Gosh, I just want to hang out with it. Maybe we can set it up here. So thank you so much.